Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 8 of It's Not Toy Talk Live anymore. We'll get into that. There's been some rebranding, there has been some changes, but good changes. Good changes. Got a lot of good news. This is going to be a fun episode. I'm really excited for this. We got a great topic. We have a special guest, and I should have all three of my co-hosts here today. Should I've got to check, make sure Andrew's out of the basement, but before I start bringing people in, I want to say hi. I've got a couple people in the chat already. St. James, Ayo fellas, how's it going, bud? And Jellyfigs is here. Toy Talk, hey, Jellyfigs, how's it doing, bud? And of course, David Evan Smith is here saying hey. So, I heard some. Well, there's one person left. So, anyway, I was going to bring Andrew on, but he appears to have temporarily abandoned us. Stephen Wilson says, hey, Stephen, how's it going, bud? And Dan, who reviews is here, says, I stayed up. This best be good. Well, strap in, Dan. Strap in for this long live stream. So, without further ado, let's bring in one of my co-hosts and the gentleman you have to thank for the rebranding, because it was his idea. He put the little bug in my ear. David Evan Smith. How's it going, bud?
Good, Justin, and hello to all the ghouls, goblins, and toy sluts and basic bitches out there. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. Dan, strap in and strap on, okay?
And of course, John is in the chat. Compulsive Collector says it won't be. Always John! The pessimist. Always the pessimist. Well, Andrew was here. I swear Andrew was here. I saw him in the green room, David. He should be here momentarily. I don't say I can add him. He's supposedly there. He's supposedly there. I don't know. Andrew, can you hear us? No, so nothing. Nothing.
Basement dweller. Wow.
Very professional, Andrew. But you know who is here? Who is here on time? Alexi, your boy's got toys. What's up, bud?
Ooh. Howdy, fellas. How's it going?
Good. Bring the gun show, Alexi.
Yeah.
Yo, it was 90 degrees here in the Bay Area today, and if you don't know, in the Bay Area, that's like apocalyptic. So we don't even have AC in most buildings, so I feel a lot like Britain. But it's nice to not have to convert 90 degrees to those ignorant. To all the people on the other side of the.
Right.
Yeah. So freedom units.
It has been a week. I know. We've got our. It used to be Toy Chat Live. Now, Justified. Well, Collecting Justified. I got to get used to the name. Collecting Justified group chat, and I've been blowing it up with news all week and graphics I've put together for this week. So I'm proud. I'm proud of me. But guys, I don't want to make them wait. I do have our special guest here today. It is another Andrew. So this might get a little confusing if our Andrew ever gets out of the basement. But let me bring up Andrew from Cartoon Dumpster Dive Podcast. How's it going, bud?
It's going great. How are you guys doing?
Great. Yeah, so making it. I'm trying to get something's going on with my overhead light right now where I look super white and I haven't changed anything. So I don't know what's going on. So Andrew, we have a co-host on this show also named Andrew. So this might get a little confusing, but we'll call him Basement Dweller for this episode.
You can call me a dumpster dweller if you'd like.
Dumpster dweller. There we go. But man, there's a theory out there that he's been locked in the basement, and that's why he hasn't been on for like 3 weeks. There's no substance to this theory whatsoever. So I don't know who started this nasty rumor or anything like that. See, because even though Andrew wasn't here with us, he sent me this video just to make it, because everyone was worried about him.
Hey everyone, it's Andrew. I'm totally fine. No need to worry because I'm definitely not locked in the basement. I'll be right back after I learn my play. Sorry. When I'm done with my trip and work, and definitely not locked in the basement stuff. No need to worry. I'm fine. Okay, I read it. Can I go home?
Seems legit. Seems safe.
See, exactly. So He's fine. He's fine, guys. So while I'm waiting for Andrew to actually, get signal down there in the basement, I mean to get to his computer or Wi-Fi or whatever. So you guys let's start with our pickups. Let's start with I think we normally start with you, Alexi. So what have you picked up this week?
I actually don't have any new pickups that have arrived. I do have.
Shame. Uh-oh.
We'll never know.
we will never know. I think he fell in the
me?
basement with Andrew.
No, I think it's me.
Oh no. Oh no. David,
Alexi, are you there, Alexi? Step into the light. Go towards the light. Wow. Okay.
well, here, I'll pop him off until he gets back. So now Alexi has fallen into the basement too. David, what have you picked up?
This is a murder mystery stream. What is going on?
Yeah, I bring in new co-hosts just to kill him off. That's what it is. I mean,
good way to start October.
Exactly.
Murder mystery live stream.
Super spooky, man. Super spooky. And you're replacing one Andrew with another Andrew. Next week we'll have a new Alexi. Like, I gotta watch my back in here. This is crazy. I'm wearing the merch though.
There we go. There we go. Yeah.
I'm still waiting on my real shirt. I'm a size large, by the way, but and that's what he said. But for now, the sticker is making this official Justin Collects merch. So get on board, everybody. Whoa. Was it real? Is it AI? What?
I don't know. Is it? Let me get you. Popped up into the tripod here. There we go.
Andrew, how'd you get signal down there?
Everybody in this stream has like toys and stuff from what I've seen, and you're like locked in a psychiatric hospital.
It's for good reason. It's for good reason.
Yeah, it's for everyone's health.
Alexi, before you die again and go to live with Andrew, what have you picked up this week, bud?
I went to go let him out and give him some of my signal. That's how I got him in here.
Wait, you said you didn't pick up anything.
No.
Okay.
I have a weapon set on the way from 5K Toys, but other than that, I didn't get anything in.
Nice. Hey, saving money on the wallet.
Yes.
David, now you are front and center. It's
all right.
It's
I was almost like late to the Justin Collects late to the stream because I was at Target at a couple of Targets hunting for the Megan figure from NECA. Has anybody watched that movie?
Yes.
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh wow. No, man. That's a great cult classic movie. Don't even. And it's Halloween season. Nah, man. You don't want the smoke. You don't want the smoke, Alexa. I did not find Megan though. So I'm very disappointed. Encountered Culture, Kenny, keep a lookout for me. Because I need the Megan figure from NECA. But NECA did have at Target a Ben Cooper action figure costume and mask.
Oh, those are so cool.
I think, am I officially the oldest one on the stream right now?
By a mile.
Oh,
wow. Don't sugarcoat it for him.
Ouch.
That's fine. Whatever. But I actually had a costume like this as a kid, as a small child. It wasn't Gremlins, but it was Care Bears. And Mom, that's what made me a homosexual. So,
damn.
But this is just super cool and like a kooky thing that you would not expect to have an action figure of. So he's like in that plastic mask with the little string around the back of his head and a like plastic printed costume that just says Gremlins on it. So I thought that was fun and cool.
Screen accurate.
Right?
Fun fact.
Like ripped right off the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, I finally watched Gremlins for the first time the other night.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So
And
What'd you think?
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
It was fun.
better than Megan?
You talking about like Mathregan?
Yeah.
Yes. Mathregan.
What?
And they're coming out with Mathregan 2.
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't that be like Mafigan? Because 3 + 2?
I don't know
Yeah.
if Kevin Feige is on the project, but maybe.
Yeah, I never watched Mathrigan myself, but
Oh.
Three.
Guys are killing me. Anyway,
You know-
everyone watch that movie. It's
I've seen it. I
October.
liked it.
Watch Megan. It's a fun, crazy, ridiculous movie, but it's also kind of like could really happen. I believe. You know, AI is gonna.
There's another there's like another movie similar to that coming out called like something with AI in it, and it's like a similar premise, but it's just like do you remember Smart House? It's kind of like Smart House, but like more murder. Yeah,
Okay.
from Disney Channel, Smart House.
Really? Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's coming out soon. Like.
Yeah. Man, I'll look it up while you're doing the rest of your haul.
Okay. So also picked up recent release of Freddie Mercury from McFarlane's Music Maniacs, I think is the line. So a very basic limited articulation figure, but Freddie Mercury, he's an icon and a legend for those of you who were not alive when he was performing. And then staying on the I Don't Collect McFarlane track, got the new Huntress figure with their bendy wire cape. And this is very much like the Batman Forever Robin cape, like some kind of jersey knit stretch fabric, bendy wire, very cool. She has 3 individual face plates like Kang, the Conqueror. But
On a
yeah,
McFarlane?
yeah, man, he's getting into the faceplate game. So
On a female
do
figure,
you-
nonetheless.
Do you
So
feel like a serial killer now that you have that figure?
oh, I've been a serious. I mean,
Okay, you were already before you got the figure.
yeah,
Okay, that makes
I-
sense.
that's why I'm
I was gonna
surprised
ask.
Andrew made it to the stream because I thought I bumped him off.
I was going to ask, with 3 faceplates, is that like that creates 3 serial killers per purchase?
Mhm.
Well, one is David, one is Evan, and one is Smith. So
Oh,
That makes perfect sense.
you know, and then 2-pack Destiny has arrived. So Destiny, and then Destiny's Child, Rogue. All the
How'd you get all the accessories fit into your room?
It's a lot. I'm still unpacking all of the accessories that are in that set. So stay tuned for the further unboxing of all the accessories that come in that Rogue and Destiny set.
oh, so many. What,
Oh, yeah.
one hand per. Was that it, David?
Yeah, that's it. That's the group for the week.
All right. Sorry, I was getting a little flustered there for a second. StreamYard wouldn't let me go back to all 6 of us on screen. I had to quickly create a 6-person layout because it was just being dumb. So
Who's the 6th person?
well, hold on. 5.
yeah,
Oh.
there's only 5 of us.
5. It's Andrew's friend in the basement. That's who it is.
Oh wow.
Anyway,
Hold up
a few more
newspaper
people did
from
pop
today.
in.
Andrew, can you hold up a newspaper from today?
No,
No. Oh,
a newspaper.
I don't
Alright.
give him fresh
Can't help that.
newspapers. What are you thinking? Hey, Andrew, I think this is our cousin Matt, all the way from Poland, in the chat.
It is.
And then we have another Matt, Matts of the World Unite, Kip for short. And Dan, who said, this video is weeks old. I'm worried about this man's well-being. Talking about you, Andrew. Tell him you're fine. Tell him you're fine. Tell him you're fine.
Like, the door opens. Yeah.
Rush is here. What's up, Rush? And Dan did say, can we have a fresh photo with him holding the newspaper with today's date? We do have a fun photo for Andrew coming up here in a little while, Dan, so don't worry. And John says, I'm worried about how long Justin has been dragging out this bit. This is only week 4, John. Don't start the criticizing
Week
already. Okay?
4.
So, it definitely looks like he's in his basement. Yes. Is Andrew in jail? Yes. Is that door locked behind him? Yes. Andrew, what are you doing in jail? Don't worry about Andrew. If you're so worried about Andrew, I'm going to spotlight you. What have you picked up this week besides a life sentence?
Yeah. So, actually, it's been a lot of pickups ever since I last been on here. So I'm just gonna kind of just drag it on the next few weeks. The first one, I've got the Order 66.
Nice.
Darcy
That's cool.
30. Got that on Mercari. He was a guy that 3D prints them and sends them out. And then Justin, you have the McFarlane Captain Carrot.
Yeah, I love that thing.
So I've got the, I guess the cousin that just lives in the sewer version of Captain Carrot, Star Wars.
It's a little
It's Jack.
sickly.
Nice.
I'm at Ollie's in Myrtle Beach.
Oh, man, you guys are so lucky to have Ollies.
So, and then, Justin, you know about this one.
Oh, is this
This
the
is the
one you
one-
got today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you hid for me, so if you got somebody in your area that can hide stuff for you, just get them to do that because
There we
This is
go.
carbonized
Nice.
the last one.
Yeah, I
It was
normally
rough.
don't hide stuff, but I figured you were probably looking for that, and I texted you, and the signal in our Ollie sucks. I tried calling you. I
Yep.
figured you were asleep, so I just hit it. And so
Well, I was at work that day, so yeah, couldn't answer.
lazy.
Wait, you hit it and he successfully came back and found it?
Yeah,
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Right where he,
found a pretty good hiding spot. But Andrew, was that it for your pickups for this week, or you got something else to show off?
there's more, but like I said, it's going to take too much time. So I'm going to just kind of spread it out over the next.
Okay. If that's fine. I mean, if who knows, it might be 3 more weeks until you're back. So who knows? But I guess I can show off. I got a couple things this week. So hopefully everyone here is familiar with the Between Two Sentinels podcast on the Machu Toy Show YouTube channel. I actually won an Odious.
Oh, nice.
And J Shot sent it out to me. So thank you, J Shot. And this thing, I wanted one and I was waiting to get one. I was actually about to order one, but man, this thing is awesome. I didn't realize that the trench coat or the jacket had wire in it.
Wow.
That's so cool. I don't know how I'm going to display him yet because he comes with a whole extra flannel shirt. You can take it all off. You can take this jacket off. And just so many hands, so many different heads. So I'm excited for. I know he's going to release like variants and stuff. So that's really cool. This thing is awesome. It's really fun. So again, congratulations to Wade. I know he's been trying to get that Odious character up and going for a long time. And then Machu and J Shot sent me a bunch of stickers, a pin, and a patch. We're gonna have to I'm gonna have to step my game up, guys. And also some custom accessories from Artman Customs.
Oh, sick.
Oh, nice.
It's a couple knives and a wooden stake to go with Odious. Yeah, so that's really cool. Also, I blame Alexi and David for this.
Yes.
The
Nice. I thought that was Dick Dastardly's car before the face showed up.
This thing is so cool.
I just realized
my
they stole the
son
model
was
for that.
like more excited than me when this came in. I was pretty excited. So he had a lot of fun with this, and it's awesome, man. I have no idea. I've got the animated series Batmobile and this, and the freaking Batplane or the Batwing on pre-order. I don't know where I'm gonna put them. I'm gonna have to do some rearranging.
Hang it from the ceiling.
Do you have more than one like Joker or Harley that you can display one in the car?
Yeah, I've got 2 Jokers.
Yeah.
So I only have 1 Harley, but we know he's going to re-release Harley at some point anyway. And
For sure.
You can get the hyenas in the back seat
so
too.
definitely. And I don't have the hyenas. I need him to re-release the hyenas.
Oh snap!
There is one thing I wanted to. I'll just show off the picture right here. Ross. And so I'm filling out a Mario shelf, and all the bigger ones right here and the 2-pack right there is actually the 4-inch line as well. They weren't marked. They weren't priced. So I took them up to the register along with Boo here because I was going to get him. And they just gave them all to me for the price he was marked. So super cheap way of just filling out that Mario shelf. So I didn't want to pull them all off the shelf. But so that was a good find. And that's really it. There's some other stuff I'm waiting on, but don't want to take up too much time and everything. We do have, I alluded to it, announcements, everybody. So I want to bring this up. So David Evan Smith, everybody, a round of applause. I'm so tired. Round of applause for David Evan Smith. I liked the Toy Chat Live name, but the more he talked me into it. He threatened to throw me in the basement with Andrew. We're rebranding the show to Collecting Justified, and like he said, it fits because I wish I could remember who said I could coin the term back in episode 1, because I kept saying like justifying and stuff like that, trying to justify crap and my bad life decisions and purchases. But Collecting Justified is the new name of the show. Still same time, same great people, and I'm really enjoying it so far. There's more fun things you can do with this name. So David, you can officially now say I told you so.
I told you so, man. This is branding 101, marketing genius. So let's keep it going. Love it.
Right.
And if anybody's watching right now that has not liked or subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Like, you're late?
Come on. Subscribe to the channel.
Okay.
Interested enough to like toys, enough to watch them on a stream, but not subscribe? Come on, man. What's wrong with you?
Subscribe.
Or
But
Andrew won't get his next meal.
Exactly.
Damn, that took a turn.
Speaking of that brings us to our next. So we have reached the level, the channel's growing. We've now reached the first level of YouTube monetization. So there's no ads on the channel yet, but I've unlocked super chats and memberships. So of course, all super chats in the channel will go towards keeping Andrew out of the basement. So now for the weeks he's not here, you have nobody but yourselves to blame. So make sure you hit that super chat button. All the money goes to, improving the channel, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But also keeping Andrew out of the basement. So nobody can ask where Andrew is. If you do donate and he's here the next week, then you obviously didn't donate enough. So keep it flowing, keep it coming. And I'm excited about this. Andrew, how do you feel about this logo? Did I get it right? Is that basement accurate?
I mean, it's got the brick wall and everything.
All right. And full disclosure, the barbed wire isn't up yet. I'm working on that. I've got a guy. So
okay, I appreciate that. Yeah.
I'm glad you appreciate it.
Everyone out there watching, this man's livelihood and safety is in your hands. So, think about that. Think about this poor man. Let's let this man see Christmas, okay?
Please. He's got a family, people. He's got a family. So super chat and just keep Andrew out of that basement. I'm curious who the first who do you guys think the first to super chat's going to be?
Dan who?
You think he might already went to sleep. I don't know. He's
John.
He's got like a 8-hour stream.
Collector John.
John will ask if he super chats enough, will I discontinue the stream? John, you never know. Just up that number, maybe. Anyway, so getting into the next level is channel memberships are open. You can now become a member of the Justified. So become a member. It's $2.99 a month. You support the channel. All the money funnels back into the channel, also into keeping Andrew out of the basement. But basically just upgrades and just keeping the channel going. And I really do appreciate any support whatsoever. It's not mandatory, of course, but I do appreciate it. Also, I had the first membership badges on there. So get your membership badges based on the months you've been a member. Special emojis, there's only 4 right now. And I guess you'll just have to become a member to see what those special emojis are. So I'm not going to spoil it for you. Also, special shout outs.
Behind bars, is that one of the emojis?
Maybe. They have to become a member to find out,
Very curious.
But special shout outs. No, a lot of channels do like shout outs at the end of their videos, into their streams. I want to shout out all my members at the beginning and the end of my live streams. So you'll get, thanked the beginning and the end, because not everybody catches the beginning, not everybody catches the end. I want to make sure that, you feel appreciated. Also, there's a second tier So I just figured, why not? Some people want to support more, and I'm going to offer more going forward. But the justified MVP is the $7.99 a month tier. You get everything from tier 1. I also will send you all of our stickers. I have more stickers I'm going to have made. So every time there's a new sticker drop, you'll get those stickers too. All new members will get all the stickers up to that point. So nobody's ever going to miss out or anything like that. If you're a member, there's a new sticker drop. I'll ship them out to you. I'll ask in a video. I'll let you know that I have new stickers made, and you'll DM me on Instagram that address. I'll ship them off free of charge, except for the membership, And you'll also be able to suggest show topics to us. So, sometimes we might not know what we're going to talk about. We had a Star Wars stream last week without the Star Wars guy, so that wasn't a train wreck at all. But you'll be able to have a hand in the train wreck. You hear that, John? Why don't you become a member, John, and you suggest the topic, okay? And then you can guarantee that we'll never talk about Star Wars again, okay? And then, of course, there's more to come. I'm eventually going to do more member exclusive things, but I don't want to promise anything at the moment that I can't deliver in the moment. So as more things roll out, I'll add that to this tier. For now, it's just going to be this 2-tier system. I don't foresee, expanding it past this point anytime soon. But I was very excited. I had fun putting these graphics together. And of course, my favorite is this. I love this.
That's my favorite.
I love this. Oh, that's great. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. And thank you, everybody. I'm not just, you don't have to be a member for me to appreciate you, but I'll appreciate you more if you are. So just let that be known. And we do have our first channel member, Z-Man, all the way from the UK. Thank you,
All
Z-Man.
right.
Woo.
What up, Z-Man?
Good job.
Dan, who's going to have to
Governor.
give me a master class on how to get like the graphics up on the screen and everything when people become a channel member. And oh my gosh, we called it. Compulsive Collector, John, first to super chat. I heard you say you'll cancel the stream if I send a super chat, right? I said if you send the right amount, and I'm not going to let you know what amount that is. And they don't roll over. So you're back at 0. But thank you. Thank you, John. So guys, I'm very aware of everybody's got a life. I don't want to draw this out any longer. Let's get into our main topic. I'm talking with my hands a lot. Look at this awesome graphic I put together. I put this together earlier today. Let's pat me on the back. Pat me on the back. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is all in like Canva and all. So this is not a pre-made thing. I literally had to put every line and space everything out just with my eyeballs. So I don't want to hear anything about any of the squares not being completely identical. Okay. Okay. So, we're talking about, sorry, I forgot to bring a drink in here. I'm very dry mouthed right now, but I'm going to text the wife here in a second, ask her to bring me a drink. But the topic today is each one of us, I asked for us to have our top 3 most wanted toy lines, as if we don't have enough toys behind us already. I mean, look at all this crap. I think the only one that doesn't have the sickness right here is Andrew from Cartoon Dumpster Dive. Maybe he can check us all into rehab or something, or
I have a few Lego models in here, but no,
slippery
nothing like
slope.
nothing like what you guys got.
But if you hang out with us long enough, who knows? Who knows? It's contagious. It is contagious. But I think, most of us grew up around the same time, so this will be really interesting. I say most of us grew up around the same time. Most of us. Some it was, I'm not going to say who was in black and white, but I'll just leave that up to speculation.
That's racist, first of all.
But
Wow.
let's get into it. These are our top 3 most wanted toy lines. And I mean, some of them might have had toys in the past, but we're talking like upgraded toy lines. And I tried not to pick anything that's had a good toy line or anything like that. I'm not talking like Happy Meal toys or little crappy statues or something like that. So we're just going to go down the line here. We're going to go me, David, Andrew, Alexi, and then the Andrew that isn't in the basement. So first, my number 3, I'm going to say Futurama. So, and what really kicked this one what really got me thinking about this one is the Jack Specific Simpsons line. That's all I want from this. That would be the perfect just copy and paste. You do all the main characters, you can do variants, you can do all the side characters, and really it's very similar, especially with like the soulless eyes, right? No, don't you think? That's hopefully they won't have the wonky eyes like some of the Simpsons do. But I would love just a Futurama line. I feel like that'd be fun, and you don't need too much articulation. And just let I don't know if Jack Specific would do it, but if they're doing Simpsons, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to do Futurama. So just do it. That'd be fun. And Jack Specific is really killing it with some of their stuff. Like this is on my desk. This new Sonic 3 Sonic has a lot of articulation, and I've been messing with this thing a lot. So, and that's by Jack Specific. So they've been killing it. And I would love to see a Futurama line. They've probably had some figures in the past, but if they have, it's been a very long time. So that is my number 3. And David, what is your number 3, my friend?
Well, first, I think that John should super chat every time he like recognizes a cartoon that we talk about.
He should.
Because John might be able to like remember some of these cartoons that I'm going to talk about. So I didn't rank these, so I got to figure out what my number 3 of my 3 would be. But I think.
Oh well, I ranked it for you, so don't worry.
Oh wait. Oh.
1, 2, 3 based on what you sent me.
Okay. All right. So then 3 would be Captain Planet, right?
Let's find out.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So, does anybody in the chat in this stream know Captain Planet and the Planet?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
We
I love
covered an
Captain
episode. Original idea by Ted Turner.
Oh,
Plug.
love. So yeah, so I mean, first of all, the world is burning down around us. So like, when do we need Captain Planet and the Planeteers more than right now? And they had a toy line, and it had a bunch of like Earth-destroying villains. So it's fun, and it's
Jeff Bezos was in the line. I don't remember that.
yes. And who? Elon Musk was it?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I think it's timely. It's relevant. It's diverse. So there's just a lot that could come out of that.
Fun fact about that toy line, the reason it's, well, the old one, that it didn't really continue on as much as it did is because it was made out of all recyclable plastics. So it got way too expensive to make, because that was their whole thing. They were like, well, we don't want to be a bunch of assholes and make a bunch of toys from garbage. So we're trying to be environmentally conscious. But then they're like, this Captain Planet figure is $45. And like, oh, well, I don't want to buy that. So
wow.
And you can learn more about that on my show, Cartoon Dumpster Dive.
The link, all Cartoon Dumpster Dive links are in the description of the video down below.
Hey, that's what I like to hear.
And David, John said, sorry, David, never heard of it. I'm not that old.
Rude. Extremely rude. Thank you.
Dan W does, I think. I don't know what I don't know what Damien's talking
He knows
about.
Captain Planet for sure.
Oh, he does. Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's because their time works different over there. So basically, if he was born in the 90s, he was just getting all the 80s stuff over there, right? Is that how that works? Is that how the time difference works? I think
the
so.
recycled material, if you will.
Yeah. It just floated in the ocean over there.
Was that an 80s cartoon, though? I think it was like early 90s, right?
It was like early 90s, yeah. Well, I don't know. Let's ask Cartoon Dumpster Dive.
The expert is here.
I think it was 89. I don't know. You cover so many cartoons. They're just like, when did this happen? I'm like, just listen to the episode. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Love it.
All right. So that's a really good pick, David. That was my favorite off your list spoiler, because I loved Captain Planet coming up. And also, speaking of Cartoon Dumpster Dive, Andrew and Joel on Cartoon Dumpster Dive did point out that the song we all know and associate as the opening song is the actual ending song of the show. So
it was.
Thank you for that, Andrew.
Yeah, it was the ending. The The intro is something lame.
That's why we don't remember it.
That's why we don't remember it. But yeah,
Yeah,
So-
I could probably sing the whole damn song still.
yeah.
Oh, it's in my
Everyone
head
knows
right
the
now.
outro. Yeah.
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 It's in my head
Who's
right
your
now. That-
favorite? Who's your favorite ring, David?
Oh, well,
Bart?
you know what's funny? No.
You
what's
said you had
funny-
a Care Bear mask, so that was a valid guess.
I appreciate that. I think I liked Fire most, but the action
okay.
figure, if I remember correctly, like sparked. Like his little chest would light up, and you'd like hit a lever on his back, and it would spark. And I'm like, it would spark behind the translucent plastic.
You're
but-
thinking of the Captain Planet lighter, which is actually a valid
Cigarette
toy
lighter,
in the
yeah.
90s. Yeah, the Captain Planet cigarette lighter.
Right.
Also very fun. Yeah.
To start
All the
forest
kids-
fires, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
For
Like
Captain
all they
Planet
did with
to
it.
come put out. Yeah.
In all fairness, all the kids were playing with those also. So
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
and Rush said it's 1990. Apparently.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Rush. So next, basement dweller Andrew. What is your number 3?
Something I had. What number 3 was? Cat Dog. Yep.
Yeah.
Dog. Yeah.
Great.
So Andrew, in your head, how do you see this figure working? Would it be articulated, or would it have like a bendy wire, like rubber center?
You know, honestly, I don't know. It might be just like a, I don't know, like stationary figure, just like a little statue, I guess. I mean,
What? That's
Stretch
boring.
Armstrong kind of toy would be cool.
That was my thinking
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
stretch it and everything. You could
Yeah.
just
Like-
make like the legs move a little bit. It could be very minimally articulated, like just the legs move in and out, like more than a Marvel Legends Lockjaw. But
Basement Dweller Andrew said he wants it to be a statue, so McFarlane is going to produce this.
Oh, there you go. There
right.
you go.
thanks a lot,
It's
Andrew.
settled.
Thanks.
whoever makes
Joker Eyes Cat Dog.
something symbol.
Yeah. So what other characters from that show do you think they do? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I really liked the show, but I have a hard time remembering other characters besides maybe the mouse guy.
I mean, there was what? Yeah, Cat Dog, the mouse. There's like a big dog that was kind of like a biker looking type dog.
Oh yeah, all the
Mhm.
bullies that beat the hell out of them.
Yeah.
Rancid Rabbit would make a good figure because he
The
was like
businessman,
the dickhead rabbit.
Yeah. Is that who I was thinking
Uh,
was a mouse?
No,
that-
because there's
you're
there's
thinking of the little
Winslow.
blue one.
Yeah, Winslow's the blue mouse that was just like, you guys are freaks, but he also lived with them rent free. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like a
Fun
normal
fact,
roommate.
Fun fact: Rancid Rabbit is the voice actor, or Billy West is the voice actor for Rancid Rabbit, which is also the voice actor for Fry. in
Okay,
Futurama.
yeah.
Okay. But Andrew, what scale would you say? So you'd be okay with just like still figures like McFarlane, little statues.
Yeah.
Would you want them like big or like
I think
little multi-packs?
maybe little multi packs. I don't know.
I think that would work.
Like the Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would work. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Now, would
go-
Cat Dog be the Build-A-Figure? Right. You get 2 halves.
You could split. You could give them all a bunch of reactions, like you know how your guys' action figures have face
Oh.
plates. So it's like maybe
Yeah.
3 different, split them in half, and then you got
That'd
3.
be really cool.
Then you got like unlimited possibilities. You could have a dog if you wanted.
Oh, that'd be really cool, actually. Instead of different head sculpts and different face plates like we're used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's a great idea. See, you're already catching it, Andrew. You're already catching the sickness. So
My show has made me think like a producer with cartoons. Like, they're like how to get made. I'm like, well, probably cocaine involved, but it's like so.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Just like Gremlins.
yeah, just like Gremlins. Just do a line and you can think of anything.
exactly. Speaking of doing a line and thinking anything, Alexi, what is your number 3?
All right, I'm gonna hum the theme tune and see if you guys can guess it. Okay, dude. I guess that's not a hum, but I'm gonna do the
So
tune
Doug.
of it, right? Yeah, you got it. Well, obviously the cartoon master is gonna know exactly what it is.
Speaking
Sorry,
of another
I'm 2
Billy
lines
West
in already.
role, Roger Klotz.
Yeah.
Hey, funny.
Hey, funny.
Yeah.
It's just
See, you
funny
guys know
with
this one. Oh man, no, I don't know, Doug. We better just go listen to this Beats record.
So, Alexi,
yes.
what would you see like this line kind of being, like size wise, articulation wise, and everything?
So I'm looking at Loose Collector to do a Patty Mayonnaise, and then I'm wanting to see Super 7 do Doug because I don't want him to move that much, but if he does move, I want to be afraid that he's gonna break. And Skeeter can be from, or Skeet can be from Marvel Legends, and I think that's it. Yeah, so we'll just spread it out. No, I think reaction, like Super 7 reaction, just a 5 POA would be fun for representation. But also, if you wanted to do articulation, you could do like their Ultimates line. But these figures don't really need to move. Even Jack specific would be really good because minimal articulation with just like their faces don't have a lot of expression in them, so you could get away with like the lifeless eyes as long as they're not all wonky. Because I think most of their faces were just like dots for pupils. So that would be really good. But that was Pork Chop. I could see Pork Chop being like on a Sonic type base, like the Sonic 3 that you just showed. I think that would be okay, but definitely, I'm not looking at Amazing Yamaguchi to give me like a Doug figure doing a Kamehameha pose or something like that.
What was the bully's name?
Roger.
That was Roger, yeah.
Roger, yeah, he would be the Amazing Yamaguchi one, just getting them all kind of Spider-Man type poses and everything.
Yeah. Or like Mezco, because he's got a leather jacket.
Oh,
so
yeah. So then it could deteriorate like instantly.
Yeah. Or Doug's sweater vest. He could do that from Mezco. But
that's a good one. I like that. I like that. There's it's crazy, some of these like older cartoons that just nobody, I don't even know who has the license. There's no way of knowing. Super 7 probably has it in a basement, somewhere next to Andrew. Can you check the files next to you over there?
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, David, I don't think I asked you with Captain Planet. Who would you see making that line?
Probably Hasbro, I would think. Like,
yeah,
I think it needs. They do well in civilian figures, and like the teens all look like civilians. They're all like 90s like shorts and vests and t-shirts, and Captain Planet is superhero, and then the villains are all like jumpsuits and gas masks and all that. So it would be a kooky, crazy line, but I'd probably see Hasbro doing it. I wouldn't want Playmates to tackle it. Like, I'd want a little more realism, I guess, from a cartoon.
Okay. Yeah. So that leads me to, I've got 2 more questions about that. So being Hasbro, would Captain Planet be the Build-A-Figure in a wave of Planeteers?
I don't know if I'd see it as a Build-A-Figure concept. Like, maybe the villains should be Build-A-Figures.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Or that, like, I don't know. I haven't put that much thought into it, but I need to figure that out.
Damien says Jada toys for Captain Planet. That'd be interesting.
That could work. I like a lot of what Jada's doing. So
now, the number 1 question: what about a Don Cheadle variant?
Oh God! Oh no! Please no! I'm firm about no Don Cheadle like face action figures in my collection. I can't.
Sounds like somebody wants to get turned into a tree.
Oh, what's the story behind that?
That was a skit, right?
It was a Funny or Die skit where Don Cheadle is Captain Planet.
Oh, but it was like so offensive to David that he doesn't want to see his face on a figure ever again.
Evidently.
He was in green face. Like, I don't know. It was just
green face.
He was in green face.
Yeah.
My culture isn't your costume.
Oh man.
No.
So anyway, let's get to our special guest, Andrew, Cartoon Dumpster Dive. What is your number 3?
I don't remember what I sent you, so just put it on the board. Oh yeah, Fat Dog Mendoza. I just really wanted him as a stress ball because he's so round. That's all. That was
It would
why he
just-
was my number 3, because I didn't have a lot of like reasons other than that. Just like he's just a really good stress ball shape. There are other superheroes in that show, because that's kind of the premise of it. It's like it's based off of a comic, but he's got his friend is called Costume Little Buddy. He doesn't have any real name, and then there's also these like retired superheroes. I guess I don't know any action figure companies, so I guess whoever could make them. I just want to squeeze Fat Dog Mendoza. That's all. Look at
Gotcha.
him. He's
Just
so
nice stress ball.
squeezable.
Right. So would his tail be like like the little sticky hands you get, like made out of that material?
No, I think
So you could, like,
I
fling
just
'em against
think
the
you'd
wall?
keep them round. So just make the tail a part of the ball. So
Oh,
that would be that.
Nice.
That's all I
Nice.
got. That's all I got on number 3. My other ones are much more detailed.
Squeeze the balls.
Yeah.
Squeeze the balls.
Squeeze a
Are
ball.
all the
That's all I
characters
wanted.
just like squishy ball?
No, all of
characters,
them
or-
are very humanoid. He's the only one that's a big fat dog.
Oh, okay.
Joel
That'd be even
hated
better.
this show. He hated covering the show. He hated looking at Fat Dog Mendoza.
Fat
So-
Dog Mendoza.
It's not good. Don't watch it. I already watched it for you. No, I'm just gonna let you know. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, the animation is terrifying.
Yep.
I went and looked at the trailer, or not the trailer, the opening, because I'd listened to the episode, Andrew, but I'd never actually watched any of it. or
That's our
like
hook.
anything from the show.
It's all
Yeah, so-
cartoons you've barely heard of, and most of them are bad. So there you go.
Yeah.
It looks
is
like a
mildly
Studio
terrifying.
Ghibli, like if they went into the scary aspect of
If they
their art.
lost,
Yeah. Oh my
if they
god.
lost a shit ton of money in the budget,
Yeah.
I could see that being a Studio Ghibli movie. Like, have you seen the new Studio Ghibli movie? What's it called? Fat Dog Mendoza? What?
Fat Dog Mendoza Chan.
The boy in the Fat Dog Mendoza.
Yeah.
Kenny from Encountered Culture is here. Says, I know I'm late, but is that Andrew or just an android? It's Andrew. It's Andrew. No, don't worry, he's fine. See, he's
I'm good.
nice and safe, and just
door's
right
right
there in front of that brick wall. Let's just bring him. See, he's good. He's good. Room number 106.
106. Which implies that there are 105 other people trapped in this basement.
I'm not the only
It
one.
takes a while.
Escape room.
That's
Like
that's
legit.
a lot of land.
Wow.
It takes a while to get a show off the ground and a YouTube channel. So we've gone through a few.
Oh man,
Are there that many rooms in like a state penitentiary?
I'd assume
Wait
so.
and find out. Right?
Yeah. Andrew, tell us about it.
Well, it can be dark sometimes, cold. Especially last week,
Oh,
Wow.
Was there any flooding in the basement?
minimal.
That's what he said.
yeah.
So
It's okay.
you're fine. You're fine. You're fine, right?
Very
That's right.
casual about trapped in this basement.
Yeah, Andrew, this is actually your first time on with Alexi, and only your second time on with David. You've missed
Yep.
so many episodes.
So,
So
yeah,
I just now thought of that. It's been a while. But he made it. He's here, guys. Okay, David can't say he's AI or anything like that. Everyone can stop worrying. He's perfectly fine.
We're sending our love down the well to you, Andrew.
So my number 2 is pretty generic, but I think it really needs to be done. And honestly, I'm just gonna say I want Jada to do it. A nice Looney Tunes line, and I'm thinking in the exact same vein as their Chester Cheetah, like just that exact same articulation, copy
There's
and
a
paste it.
Chester Cheetah. Hold, there's
Yes.
a Chester Cheetah
Yeah.
action figure.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes, and it's great. There's a Tony the Tiger that's coming. That's great.
Oh, does he have like a flaming hot Cheeto attachment?
Yes,
Those are
he
nice.
does.
Flaming hot
Yeah,
variant.
of course he
Variant.
does. Why the fuck would I
Yeah.
even
It
ask?
was a con variant. Yeah.
And
That's-
just so you know, that company has done the cereal monsters like Frankenberry and
Ooh,
Count Chocula
delicious.
and Boo Berry as action figures, and Tony the Tiger is coming next. So
Mhm.
And they're doing
that's have you covered that kind of cartoon history, like cereal cartoons or food
No,
Mascots.
mascots?
I feel like that's a little further down the line before we get to cereal mascot cartoons.
Listen, they have a deep lore. They have a deep history with a lot of storyline, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
They probably
David
do.
knows he was there for it.
The
Yeah.
only thing I really know about Tony the Tiger is the voice of Tony the Tiger sang the "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch."
Oh,
Oh,
What?
I didn't know
Yeah.
love
that.
that.
Ooh,
I
got
don't
some
know.
nuggets
Cool.
here.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could give us like 2-packs of Sylvester and Tweety, Roadrunner and Coyote, and stuff like that. Give us a good Looney Tunes line. It's absolutely crazy that we haven't yet. And we know how Warner Brothers.
Space
Say
Jam,
what?
right?
Yeah, you could do a special Space Jam, line with like a terrible face printed, like McFarlane type face Michael Jordan, so they don't have to pay for his likeness.
Or LeBron James, depending on which
Oh,
terrible version of Space Jam you pretend to enjoy.
Mhm.
we won't talk about that one.
Mm.
We know that the 90s one was not a good movie, but it's our terrible movie.
Yeah, it's
Right.
our terrible, weird Michael Jordan goes to baseball movie.
Right. It does not. That movie did not age well. It did not age well at
No.
all.
There are so many people who are like, Michael Jordan's a good actor. I'm like, what are you
No.
talking about?
No. Yeah. So there's a nice head on that Cheeto. What?
It's inappropriate.
Oh,
I don't know why, but it is.
I'm sure. So, Honey Monster from Sugar Puffs. Yeah. Jada's gonna do a lot. They got more stuff coming. They're doing a Scooby-Doo line that they're about to launch. So that's gonna be fun. And Steven Wilson says there's an animated movie about popular mascots.
Oh, he's talking about Food Fight. We've had that requested. I've honestly been putting it off.
It's that bad.
Just like it's like Toy Story, but you get the tuna from the canned
Starkist?
tuna. Yeah, Starkist tuna. I'm like, oh,
no.
fun.
Wow. Green Giant.
It's on the
Oh.
list.
Stop it, get some help was more
when he's
acting
talking
than-
about his gambling thing. No, that was his drugs. He actually had a gambling problem.
Oh yeah. That's kind of dark. Yeah.
Who, Michael Jordan?
Yeah, Michael
Yeah.
Jordan had a huge
That's
gambling
well
problem.
known.
Oh. Sorry.
he got
I'm
bailed
out
gay.
somehow.
I don't follow sports.
There's a
Yeah.
conspiracy theory that his father died because of debts that he owed.
Yeah.
from
Yeah, I remember
Oh.
that. They were like,
Yeah.
that's what killed him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Be careful, Alexi. You're gonna end up in the basement next to Andrew.
Uh-oh.
That's not- But anyway, David, what is your number 2?
Well, doubling down on 80s cartoons and homosexuality. So Gem and the Holograms,
Hey,
Yes.
I know this one.
a popular cult classic cartoon about two rival rock bands with wild colored hair who just were always trying to like ruin each other's gigs or like steal each other's like shows or each other's men. And it's just a fun line. Now I do have to shout out, there's a customizer on Instagram named Morning Wolf, and they did customs out of Marvel Legends like Moira McTaggart figures of all of the characters from Gem and the Holograms, the Misfits, which was the rival evil band, and the Stingers, which was like the UK band, and all Gem and the boyfriends that they had, and like it's crazy the amount of customs that customizer made, but they all look amazing. So we need a Gem and the Holograms action figure line. They're all going to come with their instruments that they play and, all the fun, wild color cotton candy hair that they had.
What were
Who do
the
you think is
customs
making?
based on?
What do you mean?
Were they like Legends bodies or
Yeah.
were they
Moira
okay.
McTaggart figures. Yeah.
Oh, you said that. Yeah.
So, I mean, like look up I think it's morning_wolf, WOOF. And like they have tons of posts of like all of the characters from that show. It's wild. So I don't know. Have anybody? Well, you guys knew Gem and the Holograms. but
You're
probably didn't
really
watch
not going to say that these customs are truly outrageous? You're just that it's sitting on the table right there, and you're not going to go for it.
I gotta leave room for you to interject and like contribute to that.
Okay. Well,
So thank
yeah,
you.
we've covered Gem and the Holograms. We actually had an interview with Christy Marks, the creator of Gem and the Holograms.
Sick.
Only interview we ever got, but
Wow.
still
So
neat.
I'm 2 for 2 in cartoons that you've actually covered.
Yeah, actually.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I'll tell you, David, it's gonna go 3 for 3. I know
Oh!
if you're number one.
Yeah,
Mm.
we stayed extensively in the 80s in the beginning of our show.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, nobody's heard of this shit.
Yeah, nobody's old enough to have seen this, right?
Was
Do
the
I-
idea that you chose shows that no one knew, or were you just going with stuff that you guys knew about but no one else did?
No, we had to Google a lot to like
Okay.
like obscure 80s shows. Like we did some more popular ones once we opened up for request. But the main point of our show was like people were like, you don't remember it, or you know it, but it's like you can't remember the name. My number one pick is actually one of the inspirational cartoons behind our show. So
Nice.
Wait.
it's also our
Nice pick there.
worst audio recorded episode, but that's we were just starting out podcasting. Give me a break.
I have to look and see what that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Kenny says that MJ owes him at least $1.6 million.
Damn.
And then
Won't return his calls.
Kurt K is asking, "Is it like Josie and the Pussycats?"
It is.
David?
It's close.
The
Yeah.
holograms like that.
Yeah.
I guess, but I just felt it was flashier. Like Josie and the Pussycats was like in that Archie, Scooby Doo kind of vibe for me, but Gem and the Holograms was like this. Well, at the time, I guess it was like the music of the time that they were doing, so it felt very fresh and now for the people growing up in the '80s. So whatever that means to you, but I'm shocked that Kurt K, who is way older than me, doesn't know about this. So do your homework, Kurt.
I would say for me, Gem and the Holograms is more like the G.I. Joe version of a Curls cartoon, because it's like
There you
Gem
go.
and the Holograms, they're the Joes, and then the ones that are
The Misfits.
they didn't just try. I can't remember. Yeah, the Misfits. They didn't just try to like mess up their gig. They tried to kill them on multiple occasions.
Didn't they like tamper with their cars' brakes and stuff?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, they would put like explosives under the stage and shit, like
yes.
millions of dollars.
Explosive guitar riffs.
It's like millions of dollars of property damage just to like stop this pop band, and you're like,
This is what I'm
what is
talking
going
about.
on?
Like, it's hilarious to watch this show. Thank you for reminding people of this, because like it's like bonkers that they were legit. Like, I feel like they cut the brakes on Gem's car.
Oh
like,
yeah,
that severe in a kid's cartoon based on rival girl groups in the '80s.
Also, they
were
made a
trying to
terrible
really-
live action movie. If anyone's curious,
I did not watch that.
oh, you
heard-
didn't miss much.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you watched Mathregan.
I mean,
Ooh,
that. Listen, until you really dig into that, like, don't come for me about that. Megan is sacred.
It's probably going to turn into a cult classic eventually, right? It's like a modern day Chucky kind of, right?
It is.
AI.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, 'cause
but
we
John
really
did
need
say,
more of that.
yeah. Compulsive Collector said, "These are all dolls, but I mean specifically a fashion doll line. I think about like Gem and the Holograms.
I
Saying
think
it
they
would do better
did
for
come
doll
out
line.
with some
They
like Barbie-esque toys.
They
Like-
did.
like
I
Bratz.
wanted
But
them.
like, yeah, more like Barbie because it was the 80s. But like, I think Dave, you're talking about like articulated action figures.
Yes.
Yeah, so I can see the difference of those lines.
Damien says, I did remember Gem, but never got into it. Sorry, David.
Well, go back and watch, because you can watch them all try to kill each other in every episode. It's great. And they have like musical interlude breaks. Like, they have like music videos of them just like doing songs like interspersed throughout the action of them trying to kill each other. So it's an interesting watch. I will say that.
Yes. Somehow I remember Josie and the Pussycats being on, but I never remember actually watching. I remember of Jim and the Holograms, but I don't remember actually watching it. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, and also another layer was she led a double life because Jem was like Jerica was her like regular persona, and then she had the stage persona of Jem, and I think
Like
she
Hannah
like touched
Montana?
her like earring and
That's exactly what I was
Exactly.
thinking.
It's exactly like Hannah Montana, only there's another band trying to murder her.
right.
So there's a legitimate reason to have a secret identity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
I highly recommend it. It like going back now to watch that. It would. I own them on DVD. I need to actually do a proper rewatch. Yeah,
There you go. There you go.
highly recommend.
Yeah, it's good to have, especially like obscure stuff like that on DVD, because it might be streaming on something now, but you never know when it's going to drop off the face of the planet. You know, things tend to like rotate off every like 50, 60 years, David, right?
You know, I like to be truly honest. Like I was born in '83, and I've seen like VHS to CDs to DVDs to Blu-ray to digital, like non-physical media, and I'm still panicked because I don't want to rely on a streaming service to carry the things that I would want to see and hope that they continue to carry them forever in perpetuity. So like I buy physical media because I know I can pop it into a disc player as long as they still make disc players. If I were to want to rewatch something, you know, like who knows who's going to carry what for how long, you know?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
That's the big hurdle now, because it's not the VHS that's expensive. Well, I mean, VHS are kind of expensive, but a VCR is like really expensive now.
yeah.
A VCR is what you play VHSs on.
Pretty sure I went to the
Z-Man in
thrift
the
store
chat,
the
I know
other
you
day,
know
and there
what
were
that is.
like 8 of them.
Oh,
man.
I can't. I think I still have a VCR.
Yeah, I
for
think I've got
one
2 laying
movie.
around.
Yeah.
At one point in the like mid 2000s, like I bought a player that you can convert VHS to disc or to
Ooh.
like digital files so that I could like salvage the last things that I still had on VHS. But then like I just kind of fell away from it and I didn't complete the project. And now I don't think I still have that machine. So,
Oh man,
yeah,
that's awesome.
but
That's
yeah,
not having internet for a few days, right, Andrew, will make you
Yeah.
appreciate having, discs and cassettes and stuff. Because my son, he's 4, and he did not understand why he couldn't watch his stuff. But I was like, but look, we have this magical thing called a Blu-ray player. Pick a movie. And he got to watch some different stuff, so that was fun.
it's
And
crazy. It's hard to survive without Wi-Fi these days. Like,
yeah,
you need to be able to cast and stream and watch things. And like when
exactly.
you have no Wi-Fi, like you're disconnected from the entire world. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Again,
crazy.
Hurricane
yeah.
Dan Who, and I still didn't miss a lot. I still didn't miss a week, Mr. Consistency. Okay. Speaking of Dan Who, I do want to play this for everybody. I don't know if everybody's seen it.
Okay, he's a funny guy. I know where he's about to go with that one. This is why I should read comments before I read them out loud, isn't it? It's my own fault. It's my own fault. That's a YouTube mistake. Jay, put him in a time.
Let me rewind it. There we go.
Dan, I think there's going to be a reveal at D's. What's D? Oh, okay, he's a funny guy. I know where he's about to go with that one. This is why I should read comments before I read them out loud, isn't it? It's my own fault. That's a YouTube mistake. Jay, put him in a timeout again, please. A fucking idiot.
Oh, he got mad because you got him.
Man. Oh, that was absolutely amazing.
That was epic.
I enjoyed that a lot. That was fun. I'm never going to get rid of that clip. That clip will never be retired. Anyway, John Winter, I haven't. Oh, every week. I considered that being the intro to the show, to be honest with you.
You got to come up with a video intro now, and maybe you need to like commission Dan to be like your rap star.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. He's got enough off time these days, so
Right.
Anyway, John Winter, I haven't seen this name around. Welcome to the stream. Says Doug is such a fever dream cartoon from my childhood. Yeah. I remember it, but I don't remember any plot lines. Like any
It didn't
besides him
have
just
one. He was just a
always.
kid learning lessons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was mostly serialized.
Yeah.
Not serial killer. Todd McFarlane would think like a Patty Mayonnaise figure would turn somebody into. And David's Kurt Case said 1985. I was moving on to MTV.
Wow.
Relation to Jim and the Holograms. So don't forget Laserdisc. Kenny says, "Yep. DVDs before Blu-rays. There was DVDs before Blu-rays, kids. So and
laser discs were huge.
Yeah, big,
compulsive collector,
Literally huge.
Yeah, I wasn't saying they were very unpopular in the purchasing wise.
They were physically large.
Physically large
Yeah.
disc, and if you wanted a laser disc player, it was like $900, which in 80s money is like a house payment.
Gosh, that's why they're not around. That's why they didn't.
Yeah, they're too expensive.
Day 9 without power from hurricane. Oh well. Hopefully it all gets back up because I mean it's Andrew. You just got power yesterday, right?
yes, yeah. Still waiting on the internet.
Right. Yep. That's why we had to move. I had to move a hotspot down to the basement for him. Dan caught 4K. Yep, he got caught with these. Static Shock and Batman Beyond need new figures. Yes, they do. But Andrew, since we're on to you, let's talk about your number 2 most wanted cartoon toy line.
Number 2, Angry Beaver.
Great
Nice.
And, you know, they could come with like same thing. Could be like the Pokemon line, but maybe come with like a few accessories, like maybe like a little piece of wood, or I don't know, maybe have their house that they live in. You know.
They could do their alternate egos where they do the I can't remember what their superhero names are.
Oh yeah, me neither.
But I just remember Daggett always went whoosh. No, that's a great pick.
One of my favorites. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you could get a lot of use out of that, like you said, Andrew, with the going back to the whole unarticulated Pokemon figures.
Yeah,
different poses, different facial expressions, and everything.
Yeah.
So you're thinking long term, keeping that line going and going and going. That's a good one. That's another cartoon I don't remember a lot about, but I did watch it. I don't remember a lot.
Well, I loved the Angry Beavers growing up.
DVD.
Andrew, could we get an episode of Cartoon Dumpster Dive of Angry Beavers at some point?
I think it's on there. I
Really?
probably got requested. There's no telling. Our email is just full of these things. And it's like, have you done this one? Have you done this one? I'm like, we're getting there. Hold on.
How long have you been podcasting your show?
About 3 years.
Okay.
We're not on YouTube because we're dumb, but we are everywhere else.
Okay.
This could be the start.
And yeah,
You're
again,
on YouTube
links.
now.
I think
In the
this is
description
our
below.
Cartoon Dumpster Dive's first YouTube appearance.
Welcome. And we had it here first, guys. Amazing. Love it.
Yeah, you go to the description, their website, Apple Podcasts, just all that stuff. Whatever you listen to, you can subscribe from there. Right there in the description down below. But Andrew, who would you in a basement, Andrew?
Yeah.
You think just like you said, just regular statues, not a specific company you'd want to make these? You don't really care about them being articulated?
You know, I don't know much about the company stuff to really say this is the one that I want to make this line. You know?
Yeah. I'll tell you, I could see one company definitely making them and then being like way out of scale. It would be Super 7, like in their Ultimates line, and just like huge, like they did these SpongeBob figures,
Right,
and
exactly
they're
like
ginormous.
Like
Probably like
12
8 inches tall. Yeah. And I could see them doing something like Angry Beavers. That'd be interesting. I've got their Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain, and oh my god, my son says Brain is scary. Like whenever he points at him, he's like, that's a bad guy because he's got this huge head.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not. But Alexi, what is your number 2?
Yeah, so my number 2 is going to be another cartoon from the Nickelodeon lineup. This was a Klasky Shupo production. Klasky Shupo, Andrew the Cartoon Man knows they did a ton of cartoons on Nickelodeon, like your Rugrats, As Told by Ginger, Wild Thornberries, everything in that vein. So this is going to be Rocket Power. These are the extreme teens. They live on a beach. They rollerblade, they skateboard, they BMX bike. It's a super 90s cartoon. There was a girl in the lineup. There was a squid who was like the newcomer to the school, and he was just getting into all of the extreme sports and stuff. It was perfect. There was representation for like Latin characters and like Pacific Islanders. It was, no one ever makes a show about people on beach states and towns, It's like, let's get some beach people in there, right? I'm being facetious, of course. I think they'd be really fun if we threw this to a company that's newer, and it's not Jada, but Nacelle, who have just made the Biker Mice from Mars figures. They're doing really good with these like niche cartoons like Biker Mice, and they have just released new characters, or they've announced new characters for the Biker Mice line. So I think it would be fun to get some Rocket Power in there. If you're a 90s kid, then maybe you played with like Tech Decks or, the little finger skateboards. See Justin showing off their Biker Mice right there. They did a really good job, and I think they could do a good job with Rocket Power as well. And this is a line where you've got like 4 main characters, but then you could really build out the world and your display by giving them extreme like diodes, maybe like a little half pipe or like a dirt ramp for their BMXing. And if you do the figures right, you can make them attachable or compatible with different extreme sport accessories, so like make their feet pop off, and then you can sell rollerblade sets for all of them, or you could sell like a BMX set for all of them, different things like that. I'm thinking surfboards, snowboards, wetsuits. Like, we can go all the way with this thing. Nacelle, hit me up. Actually, I have no stake in the property, so you should probably hit up Klasky Shupo or Nickelodeon. But this is all very doable. And I love this cartoon. I skateboarded as a kid, so it was really fun to like see them do these crazy things. Prior to that, the only like skateboarding kid that you had on TV was like Bart Simpson. So it was really fun to like get a whole show dedicated to like that aspect of like kid life.
All right. That's a good one. That's
Could you?
I watched
do you
Rocket
want
Power.
a Shuby action figure?
I would love a Shuby with like, just a soda and like
Tan
some kind
lines.
just to put like in the back of your display or getting in the kids' way when they're like trying to do something. Yeah, that would be great. Raymundo with like some kind of taco.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Something about that animation gave me a headache when I was watching it when I was younger, which is weird because I watched Wild Thornberries and it didn't make me feel the same way. So I don't know what it was. Maybe just too much movement with that weird kind of art style. Maybe.
Yeah.
I could see
That could be it.
I think they also used a lot of flashing light, like flashing images, because it was extreme.
Quick cuts, extreme. I almost chose, I don't know, I mean, Andrew, Cartoon Dumpster Dive probably knows like Science Court or Home Movies. But that animation style where it was like really wobbly outlines, and it seemed like even when the characters were standing still, they were like moving somehow. That's a runner up for my top 3, but I decided to not go with it. I love those 2 shows. The animation was just, it did kind of give me a headache too.
Yeah. That's a good pick. Rocket Power, like you were saying, Alexi, you can do like bikes and skateboards, rollerblades, everything. And is that why we went sleeveless today? Just to represent
it's exactly
the brand?
Extreme.
And Alexi he's using the emojis, but for some reason, stupid StreamYard won't show the emojis right here. So the 4 emojis, because you get 4 to start with, it's just the 4 of our faces, like what I use for the thumbnails. And once we get a couple members, it unlocks like 2 or 3 more emojis. I'll just create some more fun custom ones and everything. But I just wanted to represent, the 4 main people of the show. Since you 3 have been helping me out so much, wanted to give you some representation there. Unless Andrew can't stay out of the basement, then I'll remove. Unless he can't stay out of the basement, I'll eventually have to remove his. His emoji will go next to him in the basement. So,
What about gel cell for an emoji?
oh yeah, oh yeah, that's going to be the next one. That's just the bars in front of Andrew. That's. And Z-Man said, legit saw some tech decks when I got home. And said, I feel like Jax could do, but I think that's solid. Yeah, Jax specific would do it. Rocket Power pretty good too. And Counterculture said, skate or die, dude. What board did you use? What board did you use, Alexi?
My first real skateboard was a Tony Hawk Birdhouse that I got for Christmas. But after that, I started using like Dark Star. I had a Baker to Girl skateboards. Not skateboards for girls. The company was called Girl.
Sure.
But, and then of course, when you start skating so much and you're breaking boards all the time, you end up just getting like blanks from your local skate shop because they're much cheaper, but still very durable.
Just go to Walmart and just, break all their boards skating down the aisle. Right? And Damien says, Captain in the Game
Captain
Master.
N in the Game Masters. They actually did have a toy line. But
I'm not even.
We covered that show too.
What? See, everything, every show somebody's gonna bring up. Just Andrew's gonna be like, "Did that episode? Did that episode? Did that episode?" And St. James says, "You boys got Mountain Dew."
We've
And John Winter says, "Girl skateboards, excellent choice." Well, that's a good one, Alexi. That's a lot of different modular. I'm thinking when you're talking about you can build like out the skate part, like you were saying with like Tech Deck, just copy and paste exactly what they're doing with that. It's right there, low hanging fruit. That's a good one. That's a good one. But Andrew from Cartoon Dumpster Dive, what is your number 2?
I think I picked Megas XLR, right? Yeah,
Hell
that's right.
yeah.
Chicks dig giant robots. Okay, so
Oh,
this one
yeah.
did have a figure, but it came out after it was canceled, and it was also done by the creator of the show, so it doesn't count. And also, those kits that you can get from Japan where you build a Gundam, they need it for Megas XLR and maybe the other robots that they have, but the Megas is the best one. And just like all the little, maybe you could have all the intricate game controllers and gear shifters that Coop needs to drive the Megas.
Mm-hmm.
But my God, this show was amazing. And Cartoon Network let it die.
I don't remember the show.
Oh man, it's awesome. It's a giant robot show, but it's with a guy who's like you. Like it's you if you got to pilot a giant robot. So Coop, the big fat guy. I'm not saying you're a big fat guy, by the way. But he is, and he's proud of it. So you got body positivity right there. So he finds a giant robot loses its head, comes back to the past, and he finds it and he restores it using because he can fix up cars, he can also fix up a robot.
Yep.
And
since
the head is gone, he replaces it with a hot rod. He replaces it with a muscle car. And these aliens come back to the past and try to get it back because the Megas is like one of the strongest robots. It's so strong it was going to turn the tide of this like 100-year war, and now it's driven by this guy who's just like, I'm a big fat guy who likes eating hot dogs. Oh, and it takes place in New Jersey, which is great.
Yeah.
There's only 2 shows that I like that take place in New Jersey: Megas XLR in The Sopranos.
Same
But
vein. Same
I
vein.
would, yeah, same thing. If Tony Soprano had a giant mech, you know, I feel like that's what was happening when it cut off in the last season. It was like the Gabagool mech. But yeah, I would love to build figures of Megas, and I've had a few people remember this show, and they've actually made like custom models. There's oh god, I can't remember his name, but he's requested a lot of like of the shows that we've covered, like Big O and things like that.
Nice.
He sent me his custom Megas XLR, like pictures of it. I don't think he'll ever send it to me. I'd love for that to happen, but he did such a good job, and I know that like just like a really good die-cast metal figure would do very well. And the other robots too, but mainly the Megas.
Right. I could see our favorite toy maker making a couple of these. If they're just big robots, you know, you don't have to articulate them too much. You can make them 7-inch scale. Everyone say it with me. McFarlane. Right.
Hasbro. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, whoever's making Transformers toys right now, do a Megas.
Yeah.
Come
I
on,
was
man.
thinking like the Transformers Red, the ones that don't transform, like perfect for Megas, and then the three characters could do as well.
What's that company doing them where they're basically model kits? They're doing Transformers. They don't transform.
Robo never shuts up about them. Oh my goodness! Now we're
Yellow
not going to be able to think. There it is.
Park.
Yes.
Yeah, those look really good. Those have diecast? They look like they do. They look really good.
I don't have any Transformers, unfortunately.
Yeah. But those look really good. They need to do this.
David, do you do Transformers?
Nah, I did when I was a kid. I had all the main Autobots and Decepticons, and I would like stay up late at night when my parents told me to go to bed, and I would be like transforming them all night.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's too expensive to like stay in that, and they take up so much space.
Yeah.
You know, so nah, I can't stick with Transformers anymore. But respect them, love them. But,
Yeah.
You know.
Z-Man says he remembers the show on Cartoon Network. And also, if someone doesn't say Samurai Jack, I will have questions. Well, I guess Z-Man, we'll just have to wait and see, bud. We'll just have to wait and see. So we're in everyone's number one. And for me, my number one, I loved like the Cartoon Network original shows. We're talking, like Courage the Cowardly Dog, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Johnny Bravo. And this one right here, I loved like the whole cast.
That's surprising that they don't have a toy line.
Right? And this show was so fun. I don't care.
They had a movie, but they did a theatrical release movie, but not a toy line. That's
Beast
weird.
Kingdom, a company called Beast Kingdom. They do like kind of 8 to 9-inch figures. They've done the 3 girls, but I think looking at them online, they look like they might just be, I don't know. They're probably pretty big, and they look kind of more like dolls. So I want just, little figures, like articulated figures.
Well, Andrew's escaping.
Uh-oh. He's right here. But you could go deep with the line. You got all the villains and everything. The professor.
I'd love to have a Fuzzy Lumpkins figure.
Right? That was the hillbilly.
Get off of my property!
Oh, Andrew, while we're doing voice impressions, since we do have a good amount of like UK friends that are going to watch this or maybe in the live chat right now, could we please get your not very offensive at all British character?
Oh, you mean Cockney McCock and Balls? Well, hello there, governor.
Wait, is Dan Who in the stream?
Oh, I forgot that you've listened to a lot of our. Yeah, that's our one of our reoccurring characters. I've decided that we have to do because Joel doesn't want them to show up. I can tell you that much. He was hitting the head. He was. That's why I remember it so bad. Blimey.
Oh God!
It's
the
really
first
just
time
an
I heard
over-exaggerated version of Butcher from The Boys. Like, oi, Huey, Homelander done nicked me bloody son and killed me wife.
Z-Man said, "Hello, as a Brit, approved."
Hey, much obliged there, Governor. Got to go back to me chimney sweeping job, I do.
Oh god, the first time I heard you do that voice, I died. I died laughing. Because it was seriously, I was listening to that episode while because I work out on the road for I don't want to say like what company I work for, but I work by myself out, like I have a route and everything. And I just have my AirPods in all day. So that's when I went back and like caught up with a lot of y'all's podcasts and just binged it. And I was sitting there thinking like, oh, we're a pretty close knit community. Like me, David, and Alexi, with like Dan Who and everybody, like in like our own like private chats. And it's a lot of UK guys. And I was like, oh man, I need to like send the link out to their podcast, like to the group, to get everybody on board with this. And literally as soon as I was thinking that, you did that impression first time. I was like, oh, maybe I'll wait a minute.
Never mind.
I mean, I already got enough hate mail for when I said reboot sucks, so I'm not worried about it. How dare you say this terrible CGI show was bad, even though it was?
Right. Oh man. But yeah,
I had reboot toys actually. Or
Me
reboot
too.
Action figures. Yeah,
They probably look better than the show.
they did.
Remember that was the original faceplate swapping. That villain.
You're right.
That was probably the first
Dot
action
Matrix.
figure that had swappable
Yeah.
faceplates. Hexadecimal, right?
Yeah, it's hexadecimal.
Hexadecimal. Wow, reboot. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that her design awoken a lot of young boys, if I remember correctly.
Not me.
Yeah, not you. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Maybe you were more into
David.
Megabyte, the other villain who was a dude. He had a really good jawline. I don't know what you're
Strong
into.
jaw. Yeah. Formative stuff, man.
The original Mew.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. Z-Man says reboot sucks.
That's right. That's my guy right there.
Right. A Brit you've made a fan today, Andrew. You've made at least one fan.
I have lots of British fans. I think. I don't know. Most of our listeners come from the US or Pakistan. Which I'm not sure how
they're
I need
just
to
getting
gauge
all
that.
those cartoons in Pakistan. That's why.
Yeah. I haven't
yeah.
covered a single Pakistani cartoon, but I might try to look into one. Hopefully they're not like all what I think they might be.
Maybe. Kenny says Mojo Jojo. Yes, that would be. I would demand Mojo Jojo.
Oh yeah, and you can take off his helmet and the brains there. Absolutely.
I don't know who I would want to do this line. Definitely not Super 7 because I don't want them to charge me $55 a piece. Nah, Jada, yeah, because like they did the little Mega Man.
Well, proportions,
and so yeah, they could give it decent articulation. I don't need it to do much, but you can make it minimal, but give them like cool like little flying bases with their colors and everything. That'd be cool. But I definitely if I could break my own rule and say just all of the original Cartoon Network shows, like give it all to Jada and let them do all of them in like one big line, that would be awesome. So, but I had to just narrow it down to one, and I went with Powerpuff Girls because there's just no representation, and that show was a lot of fun. Love the villains. You do the Rowdy Rough Boys, you can do him, and there's just so many. Yes, him. I wonder how. Oh, yeah, Hasbro definitely couldn't do this line because can't get away with Mephisto. They can't. They can't. No. So anyway, David, what is your number one?
All right. Hopefully, I'm 3 for 3, and you've covered this show. And this is still taking it. I probably further back into the 80s than Gem, but it's Bionic 6, which Andrew.
Yeah, we did cover Bionic 6
yes.
actually.
Yes.
Yeah,
Does
you
anybody
got
else
it.
know about this show?
It sounds familiar.
Okay. So I think it lasted like
I'd
one
never
season.
seen
It
it.
was not a long-lasting show, but it was a family, an adoptive family. So it's a couple, and I think they had like one biological kid, and then the other three were adopted, like international children. So it's a diverse family, and all six of them get like bionic powers, and each one has a different one. Like the teen girl was like ran really fast, and like there was like a baseball playing guy who had like the best swing. And then they had a family robot named Fluffy, a big ape robot. So that would be a cool action figure. And then they faced off against Dr. Scarab and like
Yeah,
his
I believe
mini.
it's Dr. Scarab because he had very ancient Egypt style
Yeah,
villainy.
he had like an amulet or something that powered
Hmm.
him and all the other villains on that. There was like
There was some guy made out of glue.
yeah, like a mud pile. Clunk, I think was his name. He was like
Yeah.
cement, like melted cement, or I don't know. There was a Madame O villain that had like a mask and like wore bright pink and like some crazy like Bride of Frankenstein hairstyle.
Yeah,
So like great stuff. Like
That-
very
Madam O, you say?
Oh
Madame
yeah.
O. Yeah.
That show is peak 80s animation because
Yeah.
like everything by the time that show had come out, everything that the 80s animation style was known for had been perfected, and it's all in Bionic 6.
Love it.
I actually enjoyed it, and it's got a pretty cool ending.
I don't remember the ending. So
They end it by they have like they go into like this weird Looney Tunes dimension, and the whole episode is just like a Looney Tunes parody, but with the Bionic 6 crew.
wow.
It's just an interesting animation style.
Yeah, it stuck with me, and I had they had action figure line, a small like GI Joe size action figure line, 3.75, and they had die-cast metal parts and like translucent parts with like bits inside. So it it so I had all those figures. They did like every character that was the main character in the thing. They had a fluffy ape robot figure. Like I wanted every single character, and they made every single character. But I think they could amp this up as a modern toy line, and it's again, it's a very diverse family. It's a blended it's a blended adoptive family. So you cover a lot of ground with this kind of show. And
I believe in our show we have categories for when the main thing is when we have a show that's being made specifically to sell you toys, we call it a Reagan show due to like the Child Care Act and all that, blah blah blah. But for Bionic 6, I remembered looking at them in the show, and I was like, we called them Drunk Uncle Pharmacy toys. So it's basically it's a toy that you would get when your drunk uncle is like on your way to your birthday. He's like, oh, I gotta get him something.
Yep.
Bionic 6 sounds cool. Here you go.
yes,
Like, thanks, Uncle Travis.
Could absolutely see that at Walgreens. Yeah.
right. Totally loved it, and I think I probably bought those figures at like a drugstore.
Oh yeah, like a Rite Aid or something like that for sure.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
Yeah, I've never seen that show at all. Like
Look
I think I
into
had to
it.
go to the Internet Archive to watch that one.
I don't know if it's even on YouTube. Like, there's probably an episode or couple on YouTube, if I had to guess.
Oh, Andrew Z-Man said he's also Pakistani.
Well,
so you have a super fan now.
Go.
And he said, I would recommend my uncle's cartoon he made called Bukhara Avenger.
I think that's Burka Avenger.
Burka Avenger.
Oh, sure. We'll cover it.
I did not know.
I'm sure we've covered worse or better. I don't know.
Cops and Crooks. You've done Cops and Crooks, right?
We have done Cops and Crooks.
Yeah.
We did those with the guys who were making a comic, which it's out now, and I can't remember what it's called, but
great plug.
There's a guy with a shit for a head, and he's a cop. So if you're in a comic book shop, you see a guy with a shit head, literally, buy that comic.
Literal shithead.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going down to all the way down to the basement. Andrew, basement dweller Andrew.
Yes.
What is your number one most wanted cartoon toy line?
So we're going to switch up from Nickelodeon and go on to Cartoon Network. I'm going to say Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
absolutely.
Great cartoon. I mean,
Best, one of the best shows of the
Yeah.
90s, for sure.
Buttered Toast.
Yeah.
That's-
Ed
Uh,
boy.
As with a
Oh,
Life has many doors, Ed boy.
get Eddie with a jawbreaker or with a
Yeah.
oh man, they have to have interchangeable heads with
Yeah.
like their heads
Oh,
with
yeah.
the jawbreaker.
Yeah. sticking out. Yeah.
Oh man.
John with Plank.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you could do an alternate with Johnny where he's a watermelon head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A chase variant. There you
Yeah.
go.
Chase the variant.
What about Rolf with the chicken?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
Yeah.
Ed Boy.
Ed boys.
Do like an enraged Rolf too.
Yeah, you get Kevin with his bike and
Mhm.
the Kanker sisters.
Yep.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Kanker Sisters Comic Con exclusive 3-pack.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh man, that's a really good pick.
Those-
Andrew, I was bouncing back and forth between so many Cartoon Network shows. You can't go wrong with them, man. That's a good pick. Do you have any specifics you would want to see with this line?
Other than, coming with some accessories like what they would have in the show, like Johnny with Plank, or
Yeah.
the jawbreakers and whatnot. Give them some articulation. I don't know, maybe Jada Toys seeing Chester Cheetah. So I mean, they did.
Yeah. This honestly, I don't want to say it, but this is something I would actually think Super 7 would do a good job on, mainly because I'm thinking of the interchangeable heads with like the big jawbreakers. It would just that price point would really hurt the wallet because their ultimates are really expensive. But yeah, Jada Toys would do good. You could do like, I'd be okay with just about anybody making them. Honestly, if Jada Toys keeps going down the line with getting different licenses, I would love to see them get whatever master license it is for all the Cartoon Network shows.
Mhm.
That would be awesome. I loved the show growing up, man. I think we both did. There's not that many. There's no adults. Do they ever show like any of the older kids, like Eddie's brother?
There's a movie where you finally meet Eddie's older brother, and he's a huge tool bag. It's in the movie. It's in like the movie is like the official last episode of the show.
Right.
They go visit his brother in the trailer park.
Oh man. But it would be good. I think you could do the variants and everything. It definitely wouldn't be a very as deep as like a Marvel Legends line, of course, or anything like that. So there would be a really good start point and end point, and you get your variants and everything. Just get your main characters. Would be happy with that. That'd be awesome, man. So you're thinking Jada?
Yeah.
I think I just want everything made by Jada at this point. And I know, but both Andrews probably don't know that much about Jada. They're just a newer toy company. They've been around. They've usually done like die-cast cars and these little metal figures that don't move. And they just came out the gate with, well, they did the Universal Monsters first, but then they really came out swinging with a Street Fighter line just out of nowhere that just moves perfect, comes with a lot of accessories, right at that perfect like $24 price point, extra heads, extra hands. They just get in crazy poses. In like the toy world where the prices are just going up and they're cutting accessories, Jada's just like, hold my beer to like everybody else. And they're doing the mascots, a Scooby-Doo line coming out. So right now we're all just like, oh, Jada can do this. Jada can do this. And you're not wrong about any of it. They let them just have this whole list as far as I'm concerned. Andrew, that's a great pick. Alexi, what is your number one?
So I do have to say I'm very pleased that all of our picks have been something different and pieces of our childhood that we all remember for the most part, but that they're not overlapping too much. I am also going to transfer from Nickelodeon over to Cartoon Network, and my pick is Codename Kids Next Door.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with Codename Kids Next Door, get out of here. No, it's about basically it's like the kids, they're elementary school age. I think like the oldest goes up to like 6th or 7th grade, and they're part of this like secret agent enforcement agency where their kids are all agents like fighting other agencies like the Night Brace. It's a serialized show, but some of the plot lines like feed through their gadgets because their kids are really like compiled of different household items, often mustard bottles with like tubes around a 2x4 and crazy stuff like that. I think it would be really fun to get these characters and these accessories from probably, again, Jack Specific, and that's because the roster can go pretty deep. I mean, there was core members of the Codename Kids Next Door, but their villains roster was huge. They had it ranged from like bullies to full-on enemy organizations. There were episodes that got personal with like siblings and family stuff. It was really fun. I don't remember ever tuning in and thinking like, oh, this is a filler episode. It was always something, even when it was going like personal into one of the characters, like number 5, it was always a really fun time. So I would love to see the mishmash like aspect of the characters' weapons and their accessories put together from like Jack Specific or something. So
2x4 technology. I remember that's what they called it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, man.
great.
Yeah. That is a very toyetic show, because just think of all the accessories they can come with. Like you were talking about, all the different kinds of homemade weapons and everything. I would love for them to do like the treehouse, like a play set for like the treehouse. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I guess even Playmates would be good because they don't need to move really. They're not doing Spider-Man poses.
Yeah.
And Playmates or Best Action could do accessories pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like you said, a playset would be great. Even like, a Playmates playset, they're reproducing a lot of Ninja Turtles stuff. So I could see them doing something like that. That would be fun.
Oh yeah, that'd be really cool. What if they did? God, what's that little kid line that is it? Playmates does it. It's like there's always like these little black Batman
Spin
playsets.
Masters.
Oh
Spin
yeah,
Masters. That's
that'd be interesting.
that's a good suggestion. Spin Masters would be great. I actually have a Spin Masters Batman right over here. Ugh. Boom.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Those are what, like
you're right.
3 3/4?
They are, yeah. They're about 3 3/4. Spin Masters, as far as the DC line or Batman specifically, they've done a lot of cool releases. Amanda got this as like just an additional stocking stuffer for her birthday recently, and she just threw it in my toy room.
Nice.
But yeah, Spin Masters, I had forgotten about them. That would be a really good one too.
And John says only 2 more selections left, and still no Lucy, the daughter of the devil. I'm not familiar with that, John.
It's an Adult Swim show. It starred John H.
Really?
Benjamin, and it was about the daughter of the devil. It was a very low CGI show. The Pope's in it. He tries
Looks like they made them.
it once.
Looks like they made them with Nintendo Mii characters.
Yeah,
man.
it's one of those Adult Swim shows that comes on like right before, like at 3 a.m.
Oh man,
It was funny though. I enjoyed it.
Speaking of the devil, going back to my number 3, that does make me think of I really would want like a deluxe robot devil in the Futurama line with like like a little flame set behind him and stuff. That'd be cool.
Or a golden fiddle.
Yes, that's great. I'm gonna have to go back and watch Futurama now. Man. Anyway, cartoon dumpster dive Andrew. So we got basement Andrew and dumpster Andrew. That's right. Not a good. We don't treat Andrews fairly around here.
I chose to be in this dumpster.
Also, Z-Man did say that Plank would be single packed.
If Hasbro did him, yeah. If Hasbro did him.
Yeah, he would be. Yeah, he would be. If not the Build-A-Figure, maybe. That's it's one splinter at a time. But Andrew, what is your number one?
Road Rovers. Kids WB's superhero cartoon with the same writers behind the Animaniacs. They are so this is a little story of how Cartoon Dumpster Dive got started. So my co-host Joel has a different show. His was Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
it was always like we never remembered the name. We were trying to describe what these shows are. And so eventually we learned the names, but I would always describe it as like the world leaders have dogs and they fight crime. And people were like, "You're crazy. That doesn't exist." And then finally I like just, and this was really kind of like before we had, the world's knowledge in the palm of our hand. Like, and I was like, what is it? So I finally was able to figure it out. I was like, it's Road Rovers. I'm not crazy. And so this is like the second episode of our entire show. Like I said, it's the worst audio quality one. Maybe the one where I have my mic turned the wrong way is a close contender, but definitely this one. But I want that if you watch this show, they clearly wanted a toy line. They clearly wanted one, but they never got one because they got the vehicle play sets all in place. They're all dog shaped. They all have dog themed weapons and motorcycles and airships and all this, that, and the other. So it's like they just never got popular enough to make one. So I would just want this to, whatever shitty company schlocks out plastic to kids, that's the company I would want to make Road Rovers. I want it to be as authentic as humanly possible. Like, oh shit, this was made in the 90s, wasn't it? Like, that's the kind of toy line I would want for Road Rovers.
Playmates.
Yep.
Just have them all do like a shitty version of what they do in the show, because they all had different powers. And I would love for them to do the crazy dog. What was his name? Muzzle, of course. Muzzle was that's the only figure I really want, because it's a Doberman in a straitjacket and he's muzzled like Hannibal Lecter. And they would just use him if the other team was like really hard. If the villains like thugs were too hard to take out, they would just do take out Muzzle, and it would be an off-screen like he's fucking them up. But then at the end, it's like, oh, he ate them. That's what happened. But yes, Road Rovers is my number one pick because it just never got a chance.
That's a good pick. That cartoon, it seems familiar, but I don't remember actually watching it.
The main villain's name is Dr. Parvo. I don't know.
Oh my god! Oh,
no, like I don't know if like your listeners know much
terrible.
about dog diseases, but that's like
terrible.
the puppy killing disease in dogs.
No.
So
Yeah,
it's like they went hard, and like the villains are like, "Fuck dogs."
yeah.
Oh no, poor dogs.
But yeah.
Oh,
it looks
man.
like, based on a quick search, it looks like they got one season in 1996.
Yes.
And then in 2020, on an episode of Teen Titans Go, they had an Easter egg shout out where they're in a room full of old canned film reels, and Starfire picks one up and is the title slide of Road Rovers on it.
Yeah.
And they end up tossing the reel because it's not useful.
Wow.
Oh.
That makes sense. That checks out. You can actually, I think, oh God, I bought that on Amazon. That's how I was able to watch the show. So that's on my purchase history.
Was that DVD?
The sacrifices I've made for entertaining the masses.
Oh man, you have to. Yeah.
So I should say I use the word masses very liberally.
Man, I'm looking at this.
Literally tens of people, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Ones of tens of people every week turn into
dozens of us.
at least a good handful for sure.
Exactly.
need-
You've always got my ears.
Yeah.
So
You definitely need both hands to count them. So I got that going for me.
it's tough to build an audience. It's tough to build an audience. But man, I'm happy with this list right here. We had no repeats. I really thought that there would be some repeats here, but I mean, not from David's probably because it's from so long ago. But but we got Nickelodeon, you got Cartoon Network, very old stuff, probably from what were the
when there was like
probably
1 through 13 channels on or
yeah
2 through 13.
yeah.
I think a lot of Dave's was on Fox. Maybe
Was it?
Fox or NBC or like CBS when they were trying to like compete with Saturday morning cartoons.
Because isn't Fox even a younger network than like CBS?
They are,
yeah. I think it's like a lot of these were like back before they tried to do 24-hour news cycles. They're like, let's do cartoons, and they just it was always like the last pick. It always seemed like NBC had the last pick because they never had anything popular.
Yeah.
Right. I'm happy with this. So the chat, I was gonna do a poll, but the poll will only give me 4 option answers, so I couldn't do one for all 5 of us. So, but in the chat, if y'all will let me know whose 3 would you like to see? You got to take all 3 into consideration. Whose list would you like to see made into toys the most? And
what were some that didn't make it from our listers here? What were some that you
oh,
guys ended up
yeah,
cutting?
yeah.
One guy said Samurai Jack.
Yeah,
which
I
that's
thought about
true.
Samurai
I would
Jack.
love to have an Aku figure, but like a
Yeah.
big one, like a
Yeah.
first 4 figures of Aku. So it's like $800.
Z-Man said Samurai Jack and Billy and Mandy. Yeah, Billy and Mandy's a good one
Billy
too.
and Mandy's got a good Rolodex of characters that would make some pretty fun figures.
Yeah. I thought about Speed Racer. I thought Speed Racer would be really fun from like SH Figure Arts because they do really good anime style figures, and then to get the Mach 5 from someone who does cars, but I mean that would have to be like McFarlane. He's the only one that does cars these days, which is why I got cut.
And he would give it lights too.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no 1/12 scale Mach 5 out there, and there's no 1/12 scale Speed Racer, and that was one of my earliest anime memories of Speed Racer. So,
Alexi, you've got Z-Man's vote. Her Codename Kids Next Door, Rocket Power, and Doug. That's I think everybody hit it out of the park though.
Honestly, I like Andrew. Basement Dweller Andrew's list the best. I would probably buy all 3 of those if they came out.
That idea of Cat Dog as being like modular is just amazing. Somebody needs to do that. One of the different, we got up to 20 viewers at one point. One of the 20 people that have watched us and however many replays we get, somebody needs to take that idea, email it to somebody who has a boss who can buy Cat Dog and do that.
Yep.
So
and snort some cocaine to get you some confidence to make that email.
Exactly.
It works.
Exactly.
So they say.
Tried and true.
Jellyfigs also says, I'd say Andrew, Cat Dude, Andrew, that is. That's my vote. Imagine a bendy cat dog.
What's the matter? You don't want a fat dog Mendoza stress ball? What's with you people, man?
Do them in a 2-pack. There we go. We can have a modular cat dog line, but then have like a stretchy cat dog that comes with a fat dog Mendoza stress ball.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
I would just love to have somebody have that on there and just like explain what the hell Fat Dog Mendoza is.
All right. Rush says he loves Captain Planet, Bionic 6. Says, but Captain Planet and Futurama makes 3 win for me. Okay, out of the 3 line. Yeah. And Z-Man says he loved everyone's list. And Jellyfigs says, I love the idea of the multiple modes of Angry Beavers as well. Yeah, just a nice Pokemon line. I'm gonna have to go and look up some of these shows now. Like Bionic 6, Jim and the Holograms. You know, I've got to dust off a VHS player and find something like from old shutdown Blockbusters so I can watch those and catch up on those, David. And, well, I think we lost David. David left. He was tired of the old jokes. Oh, man.
It's past his bedtime.
He fell asleep at the computer. Dang it, David. Told you to take your medication. You use the box that has the days of the week on it so you don't forget. But I don't want to sign off the show without David being here. But I mean, if he's asleep, it's okay. It's okay. But maybe by the time I let everybody plug everything, David will pop back in. So let me see here. Oh, his phone died. It's charging his phone, but nobody knows. So, Andrew, Cartoon Dumpster Dive. Oh, trying to get you up.
Oh, hey.
Go ahead
it's
and
me.
plug away. And actually, I have a tab open here. Go ahead and plug away where people can find you.
All right. So we are Cartoon Dumpster Dive. We're a podcast about the old, obscure, and mostly bad cartoons from your past. We are on all podcasting platforms available. This is actually our website that we've made. You can go there and yeah, everything right there. That's us. And then we have a store if you want to buy a shirt. I'm actually wearing our hoodie that you can kind of see. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/cartoondd. There you get exclusive content and we'll send you some stickers. And we have extended audio episodes along with bonus episodes. And you'll have access to our Discord where you can talk to like-minded people about terrible cartoons from your past. Or sometimes good cartoons. We've occasionally pepper one in there, but not often. Don't expect gold from the trash.
That's fair. That's fair. I will say, as a fan of the podcast, I enjoy it. Even that there's so many cartoons. I'd say most of them I had no idea about. But still, like, I'm like, oh, I've got to look that up a little bit. I haven't really gone back and watched anything, but I'll look it up on YouTube and watch the intro or something.
Well,
and even not knowing anything about the cartoon itself, it's still a very entertaining podcast. Especially your third co-host. What was his name again? Your third guy, the British guy.
Oh, Courtney McCocken Balls. He doesn't come around too much. Only when we mention the Queen's homeland of New England or England.
I love it.
I've been to London before too. I should have known that.
Again, all the links to the website and Instagram, and I don't know what else. I put links down below. Just click the description, click on the Cartoon Dumpster Dive website link, go and wherever you listen to podcasts, click it or subscribe to each one.
Yeah, you
Download
can
all the
listen
apps.
to it on the website itself if you want.
Exactly. Just listen to it. That's the main thing. Listen to it. We'll know if you don't. We will know if you don't. But Alexi, go ahead and plug away. Where can the good people and not good people find you?
The good people and the bad people can find me on Instagram at Ya Boys Got Toys and all over the YouTube comments. And apparently every Saturday here on Just Justin Collects, Collecting Justified.
Exactly. Just ignore that ball and chain around your ankle keeping you there. At least you're not in the basement yet. So hold on. Oh, gotta get everybody. There we go. And Andrew, besides the basement, I mean, do you have anything you want to plug? You don't have like a toy Instagram yet or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm working on it. So I can have separate from my personal Instagram. Yeah.
All right. Just what I think I do have your Instagram linked in the description, along with Alexi's and David's and mine. You can follow me on Instagram too if you want. If you don't want to, whatever. It's fine. I'd recommend it. You get show updates. So, but follow all these guys and David, even though he left, his phone died. He's still on the flip phone. The battery doesn't last too long. So, just go give him a follow on Instagram. He has amazing toy displays and everything. But until next time, guys, I'm going to actually let our good friend of the channel, Dan Who, play us out. Say
Dan,
bye,
I think
guys.
there's going to be a reveal at D's. What's D? Oh, okay, he's a funny guy. I know where he's about to go with that one. This is why I should read comments before I read them out loud, isn't it? It's my own fault. It's my own fault. That's a YouTube mistake. That's a YouTube mistake. Jay, put him in a timeout again, please. A fucking idiot.